Well, as many Americans struggle to find housing, we are taking a look at how property taxes are handled in the U.S. We want to bring in Daryl Fairweather. She is a chief economist at Redfin and an insider contributor who wrote about how land value tax could actually help solve the U.S. housing shortage. I think this is a fascinating topic. I want to start with kind of the basics so people understand when the difference between sort of your property tax and what you're suggesting, which is a land value tax. Right now, people look at their property taxes, and that is taxing what versus what a land value tax would be taxing?
Sure. So the way that most property taxes work is that you are taxing the value of the home that sits on top of the land to the value of the land. And this actually discourages investment because if you go and you add, say, a granny flat, an additional dwelling unit to the property, you're going to be taxed more, even though society desperately needs that extra housing because there's so few affordable housing options. If we tax the land instead, it doesn't disincentivize anything. That land's going to be there no matter what. And in the words of Barack Obama, you didn't build that, so we have every right to tax that land. It should belong to everybody.
Right. And what you see often if you live in certain cities, and I live in Philadelphia, and so this is quite common, where investors will buy land and then just sit on it. And it never gets developed. And, and if there is a house on it that's sort of falling apart, it works to their benefit to let the house sort of become decrepit because the value of the home goes down, and that means they pay lower taxes.
Yeah, they treat it like a gold bar that they're just going to put into their safe and not even use. And that's not good for society. We should be encouraging the kind of development that everybody can benefit from, like housing. And we should be discouraging people from hoarding land that they didn't actually do anything to build. They just bought it and are sitting on it. That land should be used for something that everybody can benefit from.
So the idea is, if you put a house on the land, then you don't get this sort of tax break. But you also say that it can also help to combat equity issues, discrimination issues. Can you explain that?
Yes. So unfortunately, because of historical discrimination and present discrimination, land that's occupied by Black people, by minority groups, is valued less. And some of this has to do with historical reasons like redlining, but some of it has to do with just the fact that a lot of home buyers would rather live in a white neighborhood than a Black neighborhood. But if we had a land value tax, that means that because the land is valued less, the Black homeowners, the homeowners who own the properties in those neighborhoods, would have a lower tax burden. And that can even the playing field because people will be paying for the value of the land and actually get a break. People don't value their land just because of the kind of people who live there.
So really quickly, Daryl, I'm going to throw you a curveball because I don't even know if you've looked into this, but often property taxes in many places help to pay for schools. Would a switch like that have an impact in that way?
We could actually generate more revenue from a land value tax than a property tax if it's structured right. Because if we tax the land, we would be taxing all those plots of land that are going under the radar that aren't getting their fair share of taxes, and we could potentially get more revenue for schools.
Really fascinating, Daryl Fairweather. Thank you very much.